Oh yeah, shit. A little counterweight on this. I don't like that one. Back to that one. Sorry about that. There we go. What's going on, folks? Nola, what's up, brother? This is how I party on a Saturday night or Friday night. I'm gonna play with some seeds. Still gonna have some drinks. Roll a few up as that shit goes. How you doing, brother? Get a little bit of this in there. Skadoo. Skadoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Alright, what's up, folks? Chilling, that's nice. You deserve it, man. Mr. Rockout, with your lockout. How are you doing, sir? Well, Cuke, going from 1 inch to 2, how long is that going to take anyway? You know what I'm saying? Oh, shit, how'd it go, Rockout? What'd you think? Move that over there. What am I starting with? Oh, yes, I'm going to start with some arugula. Just for shits and giggles. Go over this and talk about this shit. We're going to talk seeds and planting. This isn't locks. Fucking shoulders are so fucked up. My hands don't work. I can't pick for shit. Need to stay busy, and I need to get this project underway. So, fuck it. Why not get started on this? Hang out with some people, see if you guys are around. We're going to talk plants. You guys are going to see a lot of different seeds. You're going to hear me get excited about some fucking seeds and plants. I love it. So, this isn't the thing normally you see, but so normally you see the fucking 72 cell things, it's all the little perforated 6 cell things out in the thing goes in the tray. Generally what everyone's doing when they're trying to mass produce a bunch of seeds. I found that it's just not the best way, man. If you want to get a little bit of seeds going or a lot of bit of seeds going. And this is a similar system. This is good for people that, I don't know, if you just got like a little windowsill or small areas or anything like that, and you got your little drip tray, you got your little cell, and then you generally will have a little humidity dome on the top. You can get these. This is like a taller version. There's just a short version, it's good. Just trying to get a few plants started and stuff like that. I really pointed out, like especially with things like this, one thing you want to do is add more drainage. This is going to keep the bottom of this too soggy if the longer you try to keep plants going in there, it's going to fuck up your plants. So add drainage to it. If you ever see anything like that with just one little fucking hole, that's not enough. And then drainage and it gets a little airflow into down there in the root system. So you want to avoid that, but it's still usable, especially for just getting the early germination. Your early germination and stuff's going to be happening, up here in that zone, and then as it starts getting going, if you're consistent, careful with your watering and stuff like that, it's not really going to matter a super amount. So hold on. Let me get a little bit of soil in the shit. All right. go with that. Evil Lenny, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. Always nice to have people come through. We're doing seed stuff today. So I'm going to throw some arugula in these. This is just an easy grower. It's a quick grower. I can get these moving along fast. I've got above and behind me here. Hold on. Is a skylight. So I can get a lot of passive growth. I just have to make sure it's watered enough, stick shit up in there, and it grows for me. So what I do when I'm seeding, say I've got this little tray, I've got a little thing. Usually I have an empty seed packet that I just have folded up, or a playing card or a business card or something. And so this is what I'm going to pour my seeds out into over the tray. I don't want to touch the seeds to begin with. Just whatever amount I think I'm going to need, I want to slowly kind of tap out onto my little thing here, which I can go crazy with this. I'm going to spread it into 6 cells and things like that. That way, if I over pour and I need to put some back in here, I can do it without touching it. And the reason I don't want to touch these seeds is I don't want moisture on any seeds that I'm storing. So all of my used packs, my used seeds, you can see them folded over the top. I've got them really clamped. I put them into some sort of airtight container. They go into like a closet or something, so it's just nice and dark and basic. And that's how my seed, I can germinate seeds that are 5 to 10 years old as long as I store them and I'm taking care of them. So if I grab these seeds and put them back in here, that tiny bit of moisture that you might be putting on them from sweat and oils are gonna compromise what you got going in here. They're gonna kill your germination rate, and you're gonna add the potentiality of molds into your seed. So you don't want to do that. Oh, sweet. What pair of cuffs did you get, man? So what I do from that point, take whatever I'm getting, and then I'm doing it over this in case any seeds fall. I can reclaim them to get them into some dirt. If I do a lot of seeds over the course of a day or a couple days, and I'll just have a lot of mixed stuff on the bottom, so then I'll take one little planter and put all the mixed seeds in there and see what the hell grows out. So now I'm gonna just spread it around. Since I'm using extra, I've got a huge seed bank, a lot of old shit, or it's starting to get older. I got to use it up, so I definitely will use a lot more seeds than I normally would on something like this. Now, hold on, shit, where's my... Wait. Alright, so this is my seeding and garden tool. It's like a letter opener or some shit. It's super dull fucking bronze or whatever. That just fucks up. But it's really easy to manipulate. So since these are little tiny seeds, they're only supposed to be about 1/4 of an inch deep. I'm just gonna, on dry soil, I'm just gonna kind of mix up the soil. As the soil moves around, it allows the seeds to kind of fall down in there a little bit. Don't have to be too precise with your planting depth necessarily. If it needs to be 1/4, it can be, or it needs to be 1/8, it can be 1/4, or it can be close to surface. So you have a little wiggle room as long as it's just kind of in there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to water this shit up. I'm going to put my humidity dome on it. I'm going to stick it up in the skylight. So, and then we're going to get some arugula out of that. And as you can hear, I have a bunch of seeds left. And it's really easy to take this, let that grow to seed, and then collect your next round of seeds out of that. So let me put that in the window. And then I will get to a little more on what I do and how I do it. Yeah, I got 6 viewers. Smith and Wesson, baby. There you go. The 100s. Did you get the? Did you get that style double lock, or did you get the push pin on the end? Yeah, it's a good cuff to. I mean, it's a tougher cuff to start with. It's the better of the Peerless and the Chicago and Smith and Wesson out of like U.S. cuffs and things like that. So, all right, I want to get a few things seated. So, now going back to. So the 72 cell trays, you got the drip tray, and then you put the 72 cells in there. I don't like it. I think the cells are too small. I think it's a waste of seeds in the approach. So you got 72 cells. If you want 72 plants, you usually put 2 to 3 seeds per cell. So that's 144 to 216 seeds to get 72 plants. And then you're gonna cut them down if you're getting a lot of germination. So if you put in less seeds, then you might get some wasted cells, and that's something that a lot of growers try to avoid. So you tend to overseed. What I found works way better for me, and I haven't found anything that I'm growing that it does not work better for, is to use a bigger cell. So I save these up. Yogurt cups, and there's like a little instant rice cups that are like the same size. I got a bunch of them over there too. So these are what I use. And the nice thing about it, there's a bunch of advantages to using it, but it perfectly fits 18 of them in the same drip tray that you get the 72 cell stuff into. So the reason I like these is you got way more weight. So when your roots hit the plastic on the edge, they have to start curling, or they curl back in, or they die out. That's how you end up getting a root ball inside of a fucking any kind of container. So if everything has more room to grow, you can get more plant growth, more healthy plant growth, no problem. If there's more room for it all, when you pull them out, instead of just cutting them down, I will grow the 10 or 12 that I grow in this, and then I will take them out of here. I'll break them apart, and I'll individually take each of those seedlings and plant them into something. And so if I want 72 plants, I might use 100 seeds instead of 150, 200 plus. So I'm going to save on seeds. I'm going to get better germination, better growth, better healthy plants as I'm going, and I'm going to utilize more of my plants. So I can, and if I'm getting a germination rate that's high, I'll just use less seeds. But I save money, I save effort. I can water it a little less because there's a bigger sponge for all of the roots that are in there to access water than that tiny little cell. Those cells dry out fast. So, oh, Nola, man, why are you trying to distract me? I'm trying to talk seeds. You're trying to talk shit. Man, I ain't quitting. I don't have no quit in me. I'm not smart enough for that. All I gotta do is escape cuffs, pick a yellow lock, and then pick an orange lock, which sucks because I only have one goddamn orange lock, and that's the 575. And sometimes I can pick that fucker fast, and sometimes it just decides to screw with me. I don't know why that goes like that. All right, so I want to get just a few things started tonight. I'm going to be working on this all day tomorrow. So like I said, I was playing with this. Thought I'd bust this out, hang out with some people. A few of the things I definitely want to get going or talk about are like my staples for indoor gardening. So I don't know if you saw my skylight system that I have behind me. Hold on. So I put in the racks. That's a lower one, and then there's two there. That one's pretty shallow, so it's good for seedlings and small, very, very low plants, or as they're starting, and then I'll move them to the other two shelves. And you can, up back here, I can get like pretty tall greens and herbs and things like that growing. So let me go back to there. I also, and also where I'm starting out here, you can see down in there, the cage is to keep cats out. So I'm going to be able to have 2 drip trays in there. I will have 2 100-watt LED grow lights in there, and just with that, I will be able to do a lot of food production. Just those 2 small spaces, 2 very, very low, it's a 100-watt output. It's a lot less on the input, very cheap on the use. Oh, nice. Doing lettuce. What kind of lettuces are you doing? So for me, for starting a garden, for the basics, if I just have a couple feet, if I just have a 100-watt light, a bare amount of ambient light extra getting onto it, there's a few things that I'm going to grow to make sure that in the small space and limited conditions that I'm going to get food production. And these are 4 of the ones that I will always go to begin with. First and foremost, Tom Thumb lettuce. These are a baseball to softball size lettuce head that you can grow. I don't have to ever transplant it out of this container as long as I water it from the bottom, because it does get hard to water from the top when the thing gets a little bit big. But I can grow anywhere I can put this little cup, have a little drip tray and a bottom watering tray. I can grow a softball size head of lettuce, and it's an aggressive grower. It's great little baby and microgreens. It's tender without being, it's not like a shitty little fall apart lettuce. It's tender but tough. And it's damn good lettuce. Another one that's pretty in there that's a little more tender. I don't turn to this quite as often. That's my number one in terms of indoor lettuces, but this is a damn good one. When you're looking for small lettuces, small head lettuces. The third one I would get to, which they were out of stock and I've run out of mine, is Little Gem lettuce, which is it's a small head of romaine style lettuce. And those are 3 that you can grow inside, you can grow in small spaces, you can grow with, medium amount of lighting. I always have $2 bill, man. There's always one in my wallet. I always need that shit going. Now the other 2 things for if I want, like I said, if I want greens production in small space with medium amount of light, the next 2 things I am definitely going to grab are, where'd it go? There it is these 2 bok choys. This bok choy is very, very tiny. It's only going to get to like 3-4 inches tall. You can start chomping it when it looks like a baby, celery or something like that. And then the milk bok choy will get a little bit bigger, and it has just this brilliant white stalk and gorgeous green. There's a little more green to the stalk on this, although it does sometimes come out just as white. But tasty, great fresh, great cooked. Just absolute aggressive growers, very, very limited amount of, maintenance and care. So with these 4 things, I can get started a golden garden that's going on inside, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of production, and I can keep rolling the production. So, what's up, Marissa? I'm bored and my fucking shoulder hurts, so I'm trying to distract myself and play with kids. seemed like a fun thing to do. And then talk about some of the other stuff that I love to grow. Why not? I won't actually fuck around too much with seeding. But so I'm going to, where are they? Even inside, because I don't know if you can tell, but over there, building a cage, you can see 3 1,000-watt lights. I got to move a bunch of shit out of there. I got to put up some cat protection. But that amount of area with that amount of light, I will grow a fuckload of greens and herbs and radishes, and I can actually do tomatoes and peppers and shit like that inside if I want. So we will be moving to the point. But growing in there, growing in more of, this is the smallest thing I grow in over in that side of the system. So when I'm growing these, well, not these, but the seeds, and I start them out in something like this, and then I pull them out, I spread them out, they're going to end up going into something bigger so I can grow and get the full growth out of them. But there are some seeds that I will start directly out in a bigger container, because I want them to, because they suck trying to, well, they don't suck trying to transplant, but they just do better if you grow them directly where they're going. And two of the ones that are really good for that are the Swiss chard, 5-color silver beet, and if I can find it, another super fucking awesome thing to grow around the house. There we go. Is lemongrass. So these are going to get started in those and then put directly up in the window. Actually, and we'll do one of these as well, which is just a gorgeous, it's almost like a chard. It's an amaranth, which is an edible green, depending. Good grain producer as well, but this is just, it's a gorgeous plant. It's tasty enough, but if you're gonna grow an amaranth for greens, then the one you want to get is this right here. So we'll be doing this as well. This is another absolute staple of mine, inside or out. It's crazy tasty. It grows nice and tall. You can just keep cutting it off. It keeps growing back. Fucking super aggressive grower. Again, it's one of the inside garden or outside garden. Definitely gotta have those in there. And then why not? Fuck it, we're just talking seeds. So we'll talk some of the other. There's my older pack of those. I love the Asian greens. There's just so much in there. So like here is a big leaf tong ho, which is tasty. A yellow heart winter choy. I've got, this is purple lady bok choy. I fucking love that bok choy too. Tatsoi. Oh, more milk choy. I've got a Chinese cabbage, golden beauty. This is nice. I gotta grow some more of that. I've only done like one round of that stuff. Yeah, I want to make kimchi. Yeah, I want to get into preservation of food. I want to can it. I want to, whatever the fuck, whatever you call the kimchiing of it. Sticking it in something and letting it ferment. Fermenting. There you go. Fermenting. Dean, I gotta light the bok choy up, baby. All right, what else do I got laying around here? So, there's another fucking. So, this is a. It's good for inside and outside. It's good for a lot of different weather conditions. But if you pull it tender, if you pull it young, pull it in kind of a baby green, tender as hell. It's a wonderful fucking green, and All you kale haters, dude, this shit will help you understand why kale's good. And this is one of my fucking superstars right here. It's got like a light bite as far as a mustard. It's just great tender. It's an aggressive grower. It will reseed in your garden if you let it. If you want to grow plants that will just keep fucking growing themselves every goddamn year, this is one of those ones that'll do it. Some of the best self reseeders that I've had are solar flare lettuce, wasabina leaf, and bloody dock, which is a sorrel, which I have around here somewhere. But that's a perennial or a biennial, sorry. And then my chives reseed themselves really well. In my outside gardens. Daikion's good. Oh no, Daikion's good, man. Here's the thing, though. I'll tell you this: if you grill beets and radishes, you know, it changes the flavor into something. Like, I'm a picky eater. I actually don't like vegetables, so it's weird that I got into all this shit. But I found that when you grow it fresh, it tastes different, and then when you grow all the different varieties, you find the shit that you like. Um, so I think that's important. That's been like, I don't know, that feels like it's opened up more of life to me to find things. Like, I hate eggplant. I think eggplant's the grossest fucking thing on this world. And then I ordered a bunch of different varieties of eggplant. I learned that if you eat them young, eat them like as a more of a baby plant, they're more like a squash. And then if you get varieties that are nice and tender and have a different flavor, like shit, I'm drawing a blank. It's an orange one with a stripe. It's Turkish. Shit. Well, Kamo, eggplants, like this jewel toned, like globe, like beautiful purple one from Japan. I've done tons of different eggplants, man, and found ones I really like. Yeah, Dean, I don't like bitter food. That's why, like, the things that you think of as bitter, like whether it's mustards or kales or eggplants or whatever, like, I found the ones that aren't bitter, so I could enjoy them. Think tomatoes. I've grown like fuck 40, 50 different varieties of tomatoes. I found the ones I like, and I found that there's so many differences in them that you find what you like to do. Like, I know half a dozen different mustards that I like to grow. Some of them I like as baby greens. Some of them I like more as a cooked green. Some of them I like as a dual purpose green. This one's like an all around fucking superstar. Cooked baby green, full. I'm sure the seeds would be great, and well, I don't know. They might be a little too light on the mustard flavor. The seed for a mustard. Although I'd like to grow enough to try that. Fuck it. So I'm also a basil junkie. There's only a few here, but this is Dwarf Creek. It's gotta be Dwarf Creek. Yeah. So dwarf Greek basil. Again, it's a very small growing basil. It's a small leaf basil. It's pretty much got your basic basil flavor. Fucking powerhouse grower. It will just stick the seeds and it'll grow. Once you get it growing, it won't die. This fucker is great for windowsills, indoor gardens. Um, Taking up the small spaces, like empty spaces in your gardens outside, putting them like at the base, kind of underneath your tomatoes and things like that. They help, kind of push away some bugs for that kind of thing. But this is a fucking one, great one. Mamolo basil. It's another small grower, not quite as small, but it's pretty much like a Genovese basil, like a dwarf Genovese basil in flavor and leaf type and stuff like that. But it's a really good grower. You have Thai sweet basil. which has got a little bit of that like Thai kind of clovey ness in those style basils, but it still has a little bit of the sweetness of like a Genovese. Oh, there's marjoram, moss curled. Oh, there's bloody dock. It's a red vein sorrel, wood sorrel. So it's got that oxalic acid bite to it, but it's just a great grower, great biennial, aggressive reseeder. My oregano. Oh, this is wonderful too. I've gotten into some like annual lavenders. This one's got a nice. They've got great flavors. So it's nice to be able to get a lavender growing in like a herb garden and not have to grow it for a couple of years before you get a lot of production out of that shit. Oh, pesto's the best, man. Like, and the thing is, and then so I don't even have the full collection. So I've got I also grow lemon basil, lime basil, the shit Persian basil, which tastes like gets a really licorice taste, which is a purple and green, almost like camouflage looking leaf. I grow several basils from Ghana, the Vivi Natur. I can't think of the other ones. So some big leaf and small leaves, which are great because Ghana's huge. Anything growing well in Ghana is drought tolerant. Um, then there's cinnamon basil. There's a bunch more on the like once you get into the purples, you got purple globe, dark opal. Um, fuck, I can't even. I got to get back into this. Yeah, I don't know what that means, Dean. Dean, are you high again? Oh, there's some more herbs. So this is some more shit I love to do. So German chamomile, love having that. Always gotta kind of have time. I don't know if y'all know. This is a fucking people herb. This is absolutely wonderful to cook with. It's nice. You can throw it in some if you do like herbal teas and things like that. It's great to throw in there. It's a great grower. It's a mint. It's in the mint family. And then if you have cats, grow your own. Oh, fucking amazing. I love this shit. It's I don't even know how to describe how it's different than regular oregano. A little bit different flavor, similar. It's very, earthy in the flavor, but yeah. It's almost like a blending of it's almost like it's got marjoram and thyme and stuff kind of mixed in there with it as well. Sage, and then I absolutely love Agastache or Agastache. I don't know. Who knows how to fucking say that? There's a bunch of different varieties. Again, it's a mint cousin. They're an amazing tubular style flower, so these will attract hummingbirds. This is the types of plants that I brought hummingbirds into the garden with. And then you can get a lot of different flavor profiles out of the leaves and the leaves and the fucking blooms. It's an amazing tea fucking herb. Just so many flavor sets. There's one of these. There's an Agastache that tastes like fucking root beer. Um, it's just amazing. Fucking killer plant, dude. Awesome to have around the garden. Bagaragurush. Yeah, I say Agastache. I wanted to start a farm called Nasty Agastache. Nobody likes the name though, so we're not going to go with that. The Damn It Dean Farms. All right, yeah, I just was fucking with seeds tonight, man. Said fuck it, I'll pop on a live. I'll say hey to some people, see who's around. Can't fuck with any locks or handcuffs. I'm already in a lot of goddamn pain. But I want to play with some more seeds. Let we're gonna talk seeds. What do you guys like to fucking grow? Does anybody grow anything? Here's some shit I'm gonna send a rock out through lockout. Here's some of these seeds. So I'm gonna send them these Korbachi peppers. There's, I think, a Hungarian pepper. Relative, yeah, Turkish. There you go. Over there. It's kind of like a frying pepper version of a cayenne. It's like a sweet pepper cayenne. Got a little flavor in there. So they can have a tiny, tiny bit of kick, but when they're young, they're yellow. Then they move through like the orange all the way into the red. And dude, they're tasty as hell at every stage. That is an amazing fucking pepper right there. I highly recommend people grow that. I'm sending him some white currant tomatoes. These are a tiny little pea-sized tomato. It's really aggressive, kind of more of a vining style, or it just grows all over the place. They're a little lighter on the acidity than most tomatoes, and they almost have a fruity. They have like a fruitiness to the tomato flavor. They're pretty fucking amazing. Like people who don't like tomatoes like these goddamn things. Well, no, I could help you plant a garden you don't have to fucking deal with. You just you get it set up, you let it grow. I've ignored my outdoor garden for just over 2 years, and it's still growing shit and reseeding itself. It definitely needs some work. It's not producing like it did when I was out there, but I could go out there every day this of the last 2 summers and get food, and it'll keep growing. So I don't like to do a lot of work to this. I like having fun with it. I like painting it. I like seeing it grow, but I don't like maintenance. So I do a very low maintenance system. So the other thing I'm sending him is Mexican sour gherkins. It says cucumber up there, but guess what? It's not a cucumber. It's cucurbit. These are like 1 inch melons. It's a melon. They look like watermelons. They taste like cucumbers though, and they're a fucking great grower. Amazing plant. I plant these at the base of tomatoes and peppers, so I use these trellis to grow that fruit, and then this grows up all around that shit. So I stack functions. I double up what I'm doing. So this is some of the stuff I'm sending over to Rockout. The Lockout. Where's my thing? Oh, might as well talk some fucking plants, man. Don't jerk your gherkin. Again, I like I started out in growing in indoor and small spaces, so I went to every like dwarf plant, small plant, every way I could get something produced that I shouldn't be able to produce. And this is an amazing fucking plant. It'll grow up 12 to 18 inches tall. Very tasty tomatoes. Very prolific grower. It very low maintenance plant, and it's easy to grow in inside or in small spaces on um, patios and things like that. When you're not gonna have a big garden, but you do want to produce. It's hard to get like peppers and tomatoes or cucumbers out of small spaces, and this is one of the ways you can easily get like that kind of production out of it. Oh yeah, no, like I don't use any of that shit. I don't even weed. I haven't grown this tomato yet. I really want to grow. Maybe I should grow that this year. I'm not growing too many. I usually grow about 20, 24 varieties. I'm not growing as many this year. Getting back into it outside, but I should give this one a try. Oh, 7 pot. There you go, Noel. This is some Nola shit right here. You got that 7 pot chocolate. That's fucking will burn your goddamn face off. And then, oh, I haven't done this one yet. I should do that this year. The Leviathan Gnarly Scorpion Caramel. wonder if it's got a Scoville on here. 1 million. We can hit 1 million there. I think we'll grow that this year. Fuck it. Fucking amazing tomato. White Thomasol. It's like butter, man. It's just fucking, just slices and eats, and it just, ooh, it's so good. There we go. Some Carolina Reaper. Gotten some good ones of those. Oh, shit. I don't know if you guys even know what a ground cherry is. So, it's in the tomato family. It's a little paper husk. Grows around like a little tiny berry kind of thing. And when it's ready, the paper husk drops off the plant and sits on the ground. And then you peel it off and get the fucking the thing out of the inside. And the Aunt Molly's, it's got like a almost like pineapple flavor to it. These are fucking amazing. And they'll, because you won't even find and pick up all the things that drop off. It will, if you have kind of a reseeding, a garden that you let take care of itself, it will keep planting itself in your garden. You'll keep doing that shit. Oh, there we go. I love these motherfuckers. They're so good. Speaking of, they're just tender as hell. Great light flavor. I can let these grow bigger than I can most eggplants and still enjoy them. Oh, this is what I was talking about. Yeah. These are a tiny little, they grow to about that big. At the biggest, they'll come out about that big. And just treat them like a squash. Just grab them young. These are probably more of the style that I would not like. Great, aggressive. It's almost like an arugula. It's like an Asian arugula. Great fucking plant. This is another one of these annual lavenders that I absolutely love. It is an oregano meets lavender flavor to it. Which actually works well in some tea, but it's great in fucking cooking with it and shit like that. And there's my backup camo. Oh, there you go. Some cinnamon basil. Oh, there's a fucking great carrot. Easy to grow. Great flavor. Comes out good. I'm telling you, I was on that. No, I was on that. I hate it too. But I found it's just like if you pick it young, you get the right varieties. It's just like a squash. That's all you got to worry about. Oh shit! Here's some. Let's talk tomatoes. Spoon tomatoes. They're literally that big, and they grow like fuck and crazy. Real basic tomato flavor, but they're pretty cool to have around. That's a very good, tasty tomato. Nice cherry tomato. They come out gorgeous. I got into the striped and spotted and shit. It's all right. I'd try growing it again. It wasn't as good as it was presented. Very tasty. Wonderful fucking growing tomato. This is an awesome plant. Easy to get going. This was an annoying plant. It only produced a little bit, but they were pretty good. It's one of my favorite fucking tomatoes right there. Oh god, this thing just kicks ass. You can't kill it. Can't stop it from making you some tomatoes. Just makes amazing tomatoes. The longer they ripen, the more the pimento red in the middle kind of like takes over. But you can take them pretty young while they're still green. Speaking of green tomatoes, very tender. Doesn't have like a green taste. If you're not looking at it, it just tastes like a fucking tomato. Super goddamn tasty. I think doesn't it's not as hearty as the chocolate almost. But if it gets going, man, it will produce. Again, these are great. Just didn't produce as many tomatoes on the plant as I wanted, but Came out well. Tender, good. These are pretty good. This is one of the best fucking tomatoes you can grow. Cherry tomato. This nice little striped thing. The sunrise bumblebee. There's other bumblebee ones as well, but just this thing just kicks ass. You can't fucking go wrong with that. This is a great one. I like that. It's gorgeous on the fucking vine too. It did all right on production. This is in the. So you have three micro tomatoes that I know about that are actually a good micro tomato. So the micro tom will grow to about 6 inches tall, 6 inches, maybe a little taller. The orange hat will be about 12 inches to 18, and the mini bell will be about 18 to 24 inches tall. So kind of knowing that those, how they all grow, the heights they grow, the space they take up, it's a nice way to add a lot of extra tomato plants to like the little gaps in your gardens, or like I said, it's a way to grow tomatoes inside. The white currants, one of those fuckers. Oh, this goddamn plant's nuts. Yeah, it grows tomatoes like it's obsessed. It's pretty fucking awesome. So, all right, y'all. So I was just starting to fuck with this. I'm getting this all set up. Setting up germination station. I was bored. I felt like talking to somebody, and nobody was around. So you guys got stuck with me. That's it. I'm gonna probably pop in randomly here and there doing some more plant shit, but I'll show you once all the things I plant, once they start getting going. You can kind of see what it all looks like live and know why it looks tasty. And then we'll eventually turn Nola into a vegan. Thank you guys. Hope you all have a great night.